Dressed like a pro. An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas, our broadcast setting tonight. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA. Numbers under the microscope for Harden.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the three spot. On this time of year, Chris, there can be a lull in fan engagement. And that has Adam Silver considering a mid-season tournament. What do you think?
You know what? I'm all about expanding and improving the game. I don't want to stay stuck in the past. I'm going to have to get used to some of these progressive ideas by Mr. Silver, but I love what he's thinking about. Just think about it gives teams bragging rights, fans bragging rights. It does keep you engaged in the middle of the season, and it makes the games. It already means something for home court advantage, for records, for standings later in the playoffs, but it adds a little fun to it. Anytime you add a trophy to some games, it's always a good thing.
And just think, you've played in mid-season tournaments from the time you were playing, bitty basketball, right? I mean, right on through high school and college.
Great point, Kev. You know, you have your Christmas tournaments. You have your mid-season tournaments. You have the tournament going into the high school playoffs. So you're right. It is just a continuation. A lot of fun. I just think in the NBA we haven't done it, so it's something new. But I tell you what, fans like myself, we're ready for it right now.
Harden hits them both. And for James Harden, he loves to be put on an island and go one-on-one against a defender.
Well, yeah, last season, Harden had as many ISOs called for him as some teams ran. And that's all because of his coach. His coach calls the games that way. It's his bread and butter. And there isn't much you can do to stop him with one defender.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Tucker with the ball. Harrell on him. Tucker finds Westbrook. Connects from three-point range.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Pass to George. Good D by Harden. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Takes a three. The offensive rebound. Covington laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The strength of Covington willing these shots in, despite the D being very aggressive with it.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. His focus, trying to slow down the freight train that is Russell Westbrook. Coach said his competitive will is second to none. We've got to match his intensity if we're going to come out on top. That is a tall task, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Inside. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by George.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Westbrook surveying the D. No good on the three. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Pass to Patterson. Now here's Harrell. His last outing, 16 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. No good on that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
Yeah, Greg, it forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they wanted to. And then the game got ugly.
Nobody near Leonard. A miss that time would have put him up. The Rockets have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Down low, the kick out to Westbrook. Over George. Another miss by Houston.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there. Oh, great flow to that possession. 2 players totally in sync with each other.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
Oh, yeah, every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching the team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. JaMychal Green comes in for Patrick Patterson. Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Gordon goes in. In the corner, it's McLemore. They need this one. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, Greg, that's just the communication and the energy. It just seemed non-existent on defense, and that can't happen, not at this level.
Pass to Rivers. Back to McLemore. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The pass to George. And Eric Gordon pulls it down. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 1. Passes to McLemore. Pass to Hartenstein. Rivers kicks to Gordon. A 3-pointer off the mark. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. And George gets it to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Hartenstein. Another miss by Houston.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time.
Rockets trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And they get it, and it's good on the way in.
Well, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's George. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Rivers, and it's all evened up.
You see the quickness from Rivers right there. He's good at probing inside when he gets a chance.
Here's Williams. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
On the free throw, no good. Near the three-point line, it's Morris, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's a tie game here in sports, and always exciting. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Credit to coaching, Jamie. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter, but now it's paying off.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Green. Paul George is out there with Williams. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 3, the small forward. Just 3 to shoot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Clippers shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Eric Gordon. Dressed at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I got to get this for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me all the way. You'd have a good
What was
night.
the response?
He pushed me into it.
And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Williams. George passes to Williams. George against Rivers. And the wide open shot from Morris. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 4 assists in the game. Rivers against Williams. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Bounce pass from Williams. Here's George. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. George has got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Timeout called the Rockets. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities. I think that was their Achilles heel.
And second chance points, just another great indicator of which team won in the hustle department. And tonight, they didn't win that battle.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Green. Leonard, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for George. Up top, Leonard. Rockets with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Harden can't hit. Clippers leading by 5.
And sometimes I feel like people don't truly appreciate the greatness of what James Harden does. He's one of the toughest guys to check on the fast break. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game, the best footwork in the game. He'll hit you in the head for deep. You can't check him without fouling him. The precision of his movements, the ease in which he scores. Come on, man.
And that one, good.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Westbrook. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Westbrook's got 5 now. As you said, C. Webb, what Harden has been doing the last few years is truly remarkable.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's funny because when you are achieving greatness and critics try to diminish what you're doing, it's just funny to me. Harden is one of the great guards of all time, no matter how you slice it.
Westbrook against Beverly. And Westbrook gets it to go.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Here's Leonard. And that one is off. And it's Houston the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Leonard against Westbrook. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
The shot by Williams, no good. Rockets trail by 5. Westbrook passes to House. Back to Westbrook. Here's the triple. Westbrook missing again.
And he hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just one triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The three gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 10.
Maybe he's not a priority for the D. Come on, man. You gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. He kicks to Harrell, and there's the pass to Williams. Harrell dishes to Williams. A three from Leonard. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Here's Westbrook. Rebound by the Clippers. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. From 12 feet out, again the Clippers.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, and it's because of the looks they're getting. Their offense is creating some great opportunities.
Passes it to House. And here's Covington. Pass to Westbrook. Lets the three fly. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
It's trailed by 9. Here's House. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 27 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Patterson. Williams against Harden. Harrell the pass to Williams. From deep. But they get it back. Stolen by Westbrook. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, just spectacular in the open floor. When Harden's coming downhill, you're at his mercy.
From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Clippers lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing
at 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Coming off a great game last time out, he's turning it up a notch already here tonight.
His fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Covington, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. What do you think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris? The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh,
you did both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk on him. Like, remember what Derrick Rose did over Dragic back in the day? Oh, my goodness, off the 2. Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes it with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So, me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something. Well, Mike D'Antoni, a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
It's Westbrook with the drive. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Here's Leonard. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 15 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
And that one drops for him.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. And the Clippers call time here.
Well, I love P.J. Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner three.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Hartenstein, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Jerebko comes in for Robert Covington. McLemore's checked in for Daniel House. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Harden outside. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The Rockets with the new 14. Everly with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. Rivers against Beverly. Zubac's with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 5 to shoot. Floats one. And it's Beverly missing. And Tucker, Chris, the type of player who will do all the small things for a team.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be anything more than he is with the stars on his team, and he knows that. Tucker's a great glue guy. He sets screens, guards anyone, rebounds, hits his shots.
And here's George. He's got 7, and the pass to Beverly. Morris outside. Outside, George. Over Jerebko. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And it's 9 points for George.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Harden. Plays it up off the glass.
The ability of Harden to shift gears, exceptional. He can turn on the Jets off the bounce.
Passes it to George. Over Harden. George, no good.
He's been off the mark, but somehow he hasn't held them back as a team.
Rivers passes to Harden. Here's Hartenstein. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Man, he's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Right wing. Back to George. The shot's good. George has got 4 points this quarter. Timeout called the Rockets. Just when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names. Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the board.
Gordon against George. Covington kicks to Rivers. The Rockets with another miss. Clippers leading by 4. Right side, Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Rivers passes to McLemore. Here's Gordon. He's covered by Leonard. Pass to Covington. Kicks it to Rivers. For the three. Rebound by the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's George, and the layup's good off the glass. And now an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Count it.
They're crafty at handling the rock. I mean, you got to give Gordon credit and don't give him the opportunity to get creative with it. He does not disappoint.
Bounce pass for Williams. Here's Leonard. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Covington. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now Gordon. Over George. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Rockets trail by 8. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. And Harrell's in at the center position. Gordon kicks to Westbrook. Excellent D there from Williams. Los Angeles leading by 8. Here's Leonard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in. That free throw good from Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
George against Gordon. Three-pointer. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Westbrook. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Lou Williams.
Shooting for Houston, Russell Westbrook. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
That's what they want to see from him, attacking, getting whistles, and maybe causing some foul trouble.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Patterson. He dishes it to George. Back to Patterson. That shot missing. The Rockets go the other way with it. Gordon, the pass to Westbrook. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Westbrook's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets. Williams dishes to Harrell. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so Mike D'Antoni has had enough. Timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
4 rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for reports on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
The pass to House. And Tucker kicks to Westbrook. Harden outside. Lets it go with a 3. That's tipped. Clippers leading by 14. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Here is Harden. Outside Westbrook. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Patterson. George, that's a 2-pointer. No good, shot missing. The Rockets go the other way with it. For 3, Westbrook. It's hauled in by George. George has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get me small.
Puts up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 11 points here in just the second half.
And that gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Outside Westbrook. Kept alive by Houston. Here is House. Pass to Westbrook. They need this. Drills the 3-pointer. Westbrook's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row.
Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
Both free throws good from Beverly.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Westbrook against Beverly. And it's Westbrook missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Beverly. Here's Harrell. Second chance shot. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Westbrook passes to Covington. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight. Clippers leading by 14. George looking over the floor. Pass to Harrell. Basket good. Now a timeout called by Houston. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's been a force inside. If they don't commit more bodies down low, he's going to keep destroying them in the paint.
Houston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. It's Harden with the drive.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Clippers have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And there's the pass to Leonard. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback. Defends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Clippers.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split 2 games apiece.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Rockets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Great open look there.
I love how hard he squares himself up on these pull-up attempts when he is in rhythm. No one else is stopping him from burying his shots.
Leonard kicks to Patterson. Back to Leonard. Passes it to Patterson. 6 to shoot. Leonard inside. It's rebounded by Houston. Here is House. Pass to Tucker. Now here's Westbrook. The 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
George with the ball. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.